Welcome back from the break, Rams, and thanks for tuning in to Primetime Sports. I'm Brendan Fairbairn.
And I'm Erica Johnson. The CSU men's basketball team is now in the Moby Arena, ready to take on Utah State in a battle number 2 for the Mountain West. We have live reporters Jessica Mendoza and Jayson Ortiz at Moby.
Jess and Jayson, how was the energy at Moby for this huge conference game?
Thanks, Brendan and Erica. We are outside of Moby, and we're expecting tonight's game to be extremely loud, just like the UNLV game was, possibly even louder, because Utah State coming in at number 3 in the Mountain West, CSU at number 2. Jess, what are we expecting from tonight's game?
So, the last time these two teams met up here in Moby Arena, Utah State just snuck away with an overtime victory. And obviously the last time they won in Utah at Utah State, Utah State also came away with a 16-point victory there. So I think CSU is coming back for some revenge here tonight. I'm expecting to see more from the younger guys tonight than we saw when we were in Logan. I think they struggled with the pressure that they were under, just by the atmosphere that Utah State fans really put on the Rams tonight. So I'm expecting to see a lot more from David Roddy, Isaiah Stevens, and all those young guys tonight.
Yeah, exactly, and you're going to have to rely on a lot of Moby madness. Utah State relied on their fans a lot. The student section got after it. CSU student section is going to have to get after it to help these Rams just get this win tonight.
Right, absolutely, and of course we have to talk about Sam Merrill. The last time that they played here, Nico Medved talked about what a playmaker he is and how they're going to have to find ways to stop him tonight. So if you guys wanted to stay updated on the game as it goes live, make sure to follow us on Twitter at sports_CTV. Back to you guys.
Well, we'll see if that Moby Madness will help out the Rams.
Yeah, this game has such, for the Mountain West Conference game, this seeding will really help them get into the March Madness tournament.
Hopefully. You know what time it is. It's time for Doing the Most, where Brendan and I choose one male and female athlete who we feel is doing the most for CSU.
I was conflicted this week because the CSU men's hockey team bounced back from their tough losses against Arizona and Arizona State and got 2 wins against Eastern Michigan last weekend. Cross North and Samuel Cote were key players for the Rams' victory, but my Doing the Most award has to go to sophomore Jermaine Barnes of the men's track team. He's been killing it for the men's track team, and earlier this month he helped set a school record for the 4x400 relay with a crazy time of 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Barnes took first place in men's 60-meter hurdles at the UCCS Mountain Lion Open. He killed the preliminaries with an outstanding 8.21 second time. The finals were a lot closer as he protected his #1 qualifying time by 0.6 of a second.
I thought you were going to choose somebody else. But my female athlete that is doing the most, it has to go to freshman Jordan Lanning. Who else would it be? She got first in the women's high jump with 1.65 meters, and she got third place in the women's long jump with 5.61 meters. And she got two top 3 victories. I don't see how that's not doing the most. Your guy, he beat his second he held on to his record second, but he wasn't in 2 other competitions.
Yeah, no doubt. Even as they work together, the future is very bright for both men's and women's track team. I'm very excited for the future for both teams.
Yes, they're both doing great, but mine's better. This week in Rambuzz, Rams voted yes that the men's basketball team will win their rematch against Utah State tonight. 80% said yes and 20% said no. Well, I just think this is going to be a tough matchup, but I am excited about this matchup. As we talked with Jess and Jayson, that Moby Madness, we'll see how it helps them out and who comes out on top for this spot. They're both fighting for those #2 spots, and we'll see how that home energy just really filters in.
Yeah, Erica, I agree with Rambuzz too. The Rams are on a hot streak, winning 8 of their last 9 games, with their only loss coming to Utah State during that run. But the difference this week is the Aggies are coming to Moby, and the Rams have to win to defend their second spot in the Mountain West. Expect a big game from Utah State's guard Sam Merrill. Here we have Sam Merrill just showing how much he can shoot, just splashes it nothing but net, and showing that he can score between 3 defenders in the paint. Also, he plays the best off the screen. With coming off the screen, he can just shoot the threes, and obviously nothing but net. Merrill is 3rd in the conference in scoring and averages 17 points per game. the Rams will need to rely on their outside shooters like Adam Thistlewood and Isaiah Stevens to keep up with the high-powered Aggies offense. I'm very excited for this conference matchup.
It's going to be a tough matchup, and both teams are really going to want it, like we said.
For our second Rambuzz question, we asked Ram fans on their thought who will be the starting quarterback for CSU next season. 56% said Todd Centeio, 0% said Judd Erickson, 19% said Justice McCoy, and 25% said other. I'm going to have to go with Todd Centeio. He is such a dual-threat quarterback, and that's what I love. He brings an element that CSU hasn't seen a while because Bobo really never ran like the options or the bootlegs. I think with that, he can really expand the offense, getting out of the pocket with the bootleg and avoid pressure, obviously. And he didn't play that much in Temple because he was a backup. They used him in certain packages, but at least he has 2 more years of eligibility, so he can really develop to be the Rams guy for the next 2 years. Erica, I'm curious on who you think will be the Rams starting quarterback next season.
Well, that 25% that voted other, that has to be O'Brien. Come on, like, he was here last year. He's been a backup as well. And, you know, he had 18 of 30 passes for 193 yards over 4 appearances. That was just 4. But that wasn't his best. His career best was here as a Ram when he got 420 yards and 3 touchdowns in a win over New Mexico. And, you know, he can surpass that, and he's done it at least a couple times last season. So I just think he has room to improve here and grow as a Ram, and he has 1 year. So I think that Toddy can learn under him for a year.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just really think Coach Odazio said that he wanted to be a run-heavy team first. So I think you can't get that with O'Brien. Of course, he can obviously spread it out with his arm, but Toddy, he can really get a new factor in that run game. Except he's relying on Dante Wright, you can get him outside in those option packages, even triple option packages, and really get those outside runs and really just expand the offense.
I get what you're saying. We'll just see who shows up and does the most in when it comes to that time.
Yeah, see it in August.
Yeah, August. Question 3 for the Rambuzz poll. We asked Rams if they thought the softball team will take first in Puerto Vallarta College this weekend in Mexico, excuse me. This is a fact or fiction? I'm with the Rambuzz on this one. 64% said fact and 36% said fiction.
Erica, you and Rambuzz cannot be more wrong. Although the Rams started the season strong with a 4-1 record, they have to go through the Utah Utes to win the tournament, and the Utes are 5-0 on the season. They also have 4 of their top 6 hitters returning. I see CSU winning the other matchups against like Ole Miss or Tennessee, but not against the Utes.
I disagree with you. How can you say that when the season is just getting started for the Rams? And, you know, they made it to the national champ last year. Yeah. So why won't they do it again when they have 11 returning athletes and they only lost 5 seniors? I just don't see how you can say that, really, already.
And finally, Rams, it's time for Can You Do That? First, we have BYU's mascot, Cosmo, stealing the halftime show. Here, he's flying from the three-point line, being slingshotted, and catches the ball mid-air and just slams it down. Very impressive from a mascot.
Yeah, I don't see how that's even possible. It's so hard to throw a person up because I did cheerleading, but yet across the court, that's insane.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that.
Very impressive. For our next Can You Do That video, we go to men's lacrosse against Quinnipiac versus Ohio State. Will Abbott, number 2 on Quinnipiac, scores this goal. See him shoot it behind his back, hits the floor, and into the net. That was his 4th goal of the game. Yeah,
that play really reminded me of Patrick Mahomes. You know, just the no look behind the back. It was very impressive. That was one of my favorites this week.
Oh yeah.
Our final video for Can You Do That? We have Whitney Young High School against Carl Schurz High School in Chicago. Here we have Teddy Beard catching the ball and just running it up down the paint and just completely posterizing Schultz's opponent. Very disrespectful. That's why I loved it so much.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if someone did that to me on the court. I really don't know.
So disrespectful. Well, Rams, that is all we have time for this week, but don't go anywhere because after the break, we will be talking about CSU's 150-year anniversary.